shit! That's the reaction I had when reading one of the comments in the last video. Which one, you may ask? Well, the one where apparently that event Victini I was talking about yesterday, or was it 2 days ago? It's all a blur at this point, but it doesn't matter. Last time you saw me, I was talking about an event Victini with Blue Flare and Bolt Strike. Turns out that if you look in Cerebee's event database, it has a fixed lax nature, not nax nature, but yeah, fixed lax nature, which boosts defense and lowers special defense, which is absolute shit. I mean, seriously, I don't know what they were thinking when they decided to put and to be perfectly honest with you, I don't even know if that's accurate or not, because if it had a fixed lax nature, I'm pretty sure Cerebee would have at least mentioned it on his front page, or Bulbagarden would have said something about it, but it's a mystery whether that's accurate or not. I guess we're going to see when the event starts being distributed, as it hasn't been the case yet. I think it starts being distributed like in early December, so we have a few more weeks to wait until we see if it is indeed a fixed lax nature or not. Now, it was pretty stupid to fix the nature to begin with, though I guess if they really had to, they wouldn't go for a nature that alters attack or special attack in any way, but then why not go for a neutral nature? Anyway, the idea is that if they gave it like Adamant or Jolly, Blue Flare would become completely pointless, as well as Glaciate, although as I said before, I already think it is pointless. And if they went for something like Modest or Timid, then it would be Bolt Strike. That would be utterly useless. So, you know, just let us pick our nature. We're gonna pick our moveset accordingly. We're not children. We know how to play Pokemon. Now, I will admit, though, that this could lead to some interesting decisions. Would you want to go with a really, really bad nature just to get some extra power on the signature moves of Reshiram and Zekrom, or would you decide to go for a better nature and have a weaker move, but, you know, you're going to be better all around? So this could be interesting if it turns out to be true, but still, I'm not trying to excuse that or anything. I'm playing devil's advocate here. But still, why force a crappy nature on us? Are they afraid that Victini is suddenly going to be broken or anything? I mean, come on, as it is now, it's underused, for Christ's sake. Okay, anyway, now, I'm just going to change my lead here since Sigilith is a bit on the battered side. I'm going to go with Virizion since it needs to level a bit more. I'm also changing my second position because I have a pretty good idea which double battle is coming, and Jellicent will be more useful for that. So, yeah, really, really sucks if that's true, which I don't know 100% if it is, but if it is, then it really, really, really sucks. Also, something else that I was thinking about, you know what kind of move I'd like to see back as a TM or a tutor at some point? Body Slam! Now you might be wondering why I'm thinking Body Slam would be a good idea, considering that I have shat on the normal type so many times for being able to do nothing whatsoever. Well, just hear me out. There are many physical Pokemon that have very limited physical move pools, and those will tend to use Return as a filler move of sorts. Now the problem with Return is that while it does have some decent base power, well actually it's rather exceptional, 102 with no drawback, it's still of the normal type, which grants no type coverage whatsoever. So in that aspect, Body Slam may be a bit more useful because you sacrifice like 1/6 of the damage. I think that's the exact figure, in fact, for a 30% chance of paralysis, which could, in the long run, be a lot more useful than Return's extra damage. In fact, Body Slam used to be a TM in Generation 1, and it also was a tutor in Fire Red, Leaf Green, and I think Emerald as well. And as a result, quite a few Pokemon preferred Body Slam over Return, especially slow Pokemon like Snorlax. But nowadays, not many Pokemon get Body Slam in the grand scheme of things, considering Generation 4 and 5 Pokemon have access to no Body Slam tutor whatsoever, and it's also illegal with most Dream World abilities, unless, of course, the Pokemon learns Body Slam in another way than the Generation 3 tutor. So yeah, this is something that I would like to see make a comeback, a Body Slam tutor. And you might say, well, if a Pokemon that's physically oriented has such a poor move pool to begin with, then why even bother? Well, that's sort of the point. That fourth move slot that Return is going to be used into really doesn't bring much to as type coverage or to the team or whatever. So having some additional paralysis support would definitely be very, very useful, especially if you have little source of status on your team. Of course, usually when you're going to tend to status a lot on your team, Return's going to be the preferred option anyway. But overall, I think Body Slam could still be an appealing option on many Pokemon. So this is why I would honestly really like to see that tutor come back again. Though I'm not really holding my breath, because most of the tutors that were in Black and White 2 were also tutors in Platinum, Hard Gold, Soul Silver, and also some of the TMs that disappeared between Generations 4 and 5. So if they ditched the idea of a Body Slam tutor, yeah, not holding my breath, but it's definitely something that I would love to see. And guess what? We're fighting more elemental monkeys. We just fought a baseball player that had all three of them. You know what's weird about those baseball players is that they're called infielders, but their stance on their sprite is that of a pitcher. So I'm wondering, has the person who designed this, or rather, I don't know if it's the case in Japan as well. I would probably need to check it out, but at least for the localization, has that person who made that translation never seen a game of baseball in their entire life? I mean, pitcher, if it was the problem, if the amount of characters was the problem, then pitcher is even shorter than infielder, and it would be more it would be more accurate as well. But anyway, we are now done with the Sports Dome for now, so we will only be coming back here when we reach the post game, as I've said before. So now that we've done this, we can head back to Ice Cirrus and get started on Dragon Spiral Tower. But of course, first of all, I'm going to heal my Pokemon because, well, as I said, I let my Sigilif take a few super effective attacks to the face over the last two videos. So I'm at least going to heal it before I head in there because, well, I wouldn't say Dragon Spiral Tower is lengthy, but whatever. Lilligan's gonna go in the lead because, hey, why not? It's gonna need some experience at some point, and well, sure, it's not the best idea to put it in the lead for inside the tower, but there's an area outside the tower that I'm going to show you that, well, I think most of you might know about it, but I'm pretty sure there are still going to be one or two people who are going to say, wow, I had no idea this was even there! So, I was about to say, let's go right in, but it seems every time I'm about to say that, I get interrupted just as I head into wherever I plan on going. So, yeah, we've already introduced you as a character, though I guess Bianca would need to know who he is because they've never met before, as I recall, but still, that's a bit on the redundant side. So, guys, okay, I was about to say, Team Plasma's inside Dragon Spiral Tower, and they're about to successfully get their hands on the legendary Pokemon that supposedly rests atop the tower. So, yeah, this tower that apparently no one went inside for millennia. Well, Team Plasma had no qualms about vandalizing the whole place, bursting a hole in there, and going inside the tower. So, Cedric is going to explain briefly, I hope so, what the Dragon Spiral Tower is. Well, once again, that's stuff that he's told us before, unless I'm sorely mistaken. But, yeah, Dragon-type Pokemon waiting for a person who seeks truth. That's something that I always found a bit awkward about Reshiram and Zekrom. Reshiram is supposed to represent the truth, and Zekrom is supposed to represent ideals. But what is that supposed to mean? Those are concepts so abstract, and that are not even opposite of each other. They're not mutually exclusive. So, does anyone have any idea what they might mean by truth and ideals? And that's not a rhetorical question. If anyone has an answer, please let me know. Okay, so we're going to receive something. It might help you rest. What's that supposed to be? Oh, an old Gateau. This is simply a reskinned full heal, so yeah, I guess if you have a status, you might go for that. So Bianca's going to stay behind as Cedric's bodyguard. Well, she wasn't too hot on going into the tower to begin with. So, oh, we got a Plasma Grunt here, but he doesn't look like he wants to battle. The gym leader went to the tower. If you are lucky, you might witness a legend. Well, we're not going to do that right now, though, because here, there's a pillar that's crumbled, and you can actually surf on the water, even though it doesn't really look like it at first glance. And over here, there's an area that has some tall grass, some items, as well as a few trainers. Now, this guy is, as he just said, an ace trainer. Remember when I was talking about tennis asses in the last part, and I said it probably meant the word ace? Well, turns out this was accurate. Ass stands for ace, which means that ace trainers in German are called ass trainers. And yes, you just know I'm going to make that into a thing, and I'm going to repeat it over and over and over again. These aren't ace trainers anymore, they are ass trainers. Which, in my opinion, is even more hilarious than tennis asses, because an ass trainer, think about what that could mean. Maybe their purpose in life is to train their asses, or to train other people's asses, and anyway, I'm gonna give up on Cosmic Power. It's a pretty good move, actually. Raises both defenses by 1 level, but unfortunately, I don't have enough room for it in my moveset. Yep, Sigilith, another classic example of move slot syndrome. So, what's that item over there? Oh, the dowsing machine is pinging the water? What the hell? Anyway, TM63... Oh, shit, my phone's ringing. Hold on a second, I'll be right back. Okay, this is annoying. This was a person who called the wrong number in the middle of one of my recordings. This is just absolutely wonderful. I hate when that happens, especially while I'm at work. I mean, it happened the other day, and the really annoying thing about answering the phone while I'm at work is that, you know, in my line of work, well, I work in a lab, so I wear gloves pretty much all the time for safety. So whenever I get an incoming phone call, I have to take off my gloves and then dig into my lab coat in order to find my cell phone. And what's annoying is that, well, sure, lab coats usually have holes in them so you can easily reach into your pockets or near your pockets, but still, they're not, well, they're convenient. It could be a lot worse. They could not be there at all, but at the same time, you're still forced to feel around a bit, or it's just overall really annoying. But I'm just rambling on at this point instead of saying anything productive about the game. And besides, we're just about out of time, so I'm just going to finish off this trainer. And next time, we're going to climb Dragon Spiral Tower and try to stop Team Plasma from accomplishing their ultimate goal of getting their hands on Reshiram. Or we're going to fight an endless armada of wild Pokemon every 2 steps. Either or.